Welcome to the Hopefulist, a daily talk show hosted by veteran broadcaster Wendy McClure. Join Wendy each day as she shares her life lessons that transformed her from perpetual pessimist to the ultimate hopefulist. The perfect morning show to get you caught up on the day's top stories while sharing insights that will lead to positive transformation and bring out the hopefulist in you. For more inspiration, visit hopefulist.com. And now, here's your host and hopefulist, Wendy McClure.
Thank you, Matthew. Good morning. It is a Taco Tuesday, July 16th, 2019. We've got 2 more days until the Lion King. Just 2 more days. We have a heat wave coming to the Northeast. Not even the Jersey Shore will be safe. They're talking about heat indexes over 100. We're looking at about 105 for Saturday. Oh, it's going to be brutal. There's nothing I hate more than not being able to go outside in the summertime. And I don't know if it's a getting older thing or I guess it has to be a getting older thing. I cannot tolerate the humidity like I used to. I used to be one of those annoying people in the summertime, and people complain that it was hot. I'm like, it's summer. Of course it's hot. It's supposed to be hot. When I used to have my group house with my friends in North Wildwood, everybody would be inside in the air conditioning, and I'd be out on the deck soaking up the sun saying, yep, it's hot, but it's supposed to be hot. It's August. So I can't tolerate it like I used to, though. There's days that I just don't even want to go outside, and I really am a trooper when it comes to that kind of stuff. But there was a couple of days last week where I was like, nope, not going to hang outside today. I'm going to hang inside. It just doesn't feel like summer to me if I'm sitting inside reading a book instead of outside reading a book. And if I'm just sitting inside watching TV, well, then it's just, that's not summer at all. I don't like to watch TV in the summertime. I watch a little TV in the summertime. Don't get me wrong. But not near the amount I do in the wintertime. Speaking of television, are you guys watching Big Little Lies? Oh, so good. This show is so good. It's on HBO. It's the 2nd season. I was very wary of this 2nd season because the 1st season is based on a book. And when the book ends, the book ends. But they decided to do another season. And, of course, they, collaborated with the author of the book. And it's been really good. They added Meryl Streep to the cast. And I got to tell you, this is one of those situations where it doesn't even look, sound, or make you think that it's Meryl Streep. She just is so into her character. She becomes this character. You forget that it's Meryl Streep. She's so good. This show is so good. Bonnie made this speech to her mother, who's in a coma now, talking about all of these things from her childhood. And it's nice to know that I'm not alone. I'm not the only one who has issues with their parents, who had problems growing up and resentment still to this day, as Bonnie does. And she told her all of that. So good for her. But yeah, next week, season finale already. Ugh. I think we only got 7 this year. I think there's only 7 episodes. Last season, there was 8. So we're getting shorted an episode. Speaking of TV, another time I was watching TV yesterday was the nightly news, which I try to get in just so that I can be aware of everything that's going on in current events and anything important I don't want to miss. I predominantly came from a news background, so I try to keep myself informed. Sometimes it's very depressing. I see a lot of things I don't want to see. I see a lot of things that make me angry, but I suffer through. But they've been doing a special. They started it last night. I'm assuming it's going to go all week long, about the moon landing. 50 years ago, we landed on the moon. And they're showing, they apparently recreated the room and the consoles that everybody was sitting at when they were communicating with the astronauts. And there was issues. And last night they got into a lot of detail. And it was so interesting watching the footage. They're showing, the people watching on televisions in stores because a lot of people still didn't have televisions back then. So interesting. And I think they said almost 1 million people were in Florida for the liftoff when they, initially went up. It's very interesting. If you get a chance, I know ABC News is doing it. I don't know about the other channels. I'm sure they're doing something. But yeah, the moon landing 50 years ago this week. So they're doing like a little retrospective, and it's very, very interesting. Very exciting time for the United States. And we were first. We won. Woo woo! We won the race. So other news, we've got day 2 of Amazon Prime Day. Did you guys go crazy yesterday? Did you fill up that shopping cart? I had somebody on my Facebook page apologize to the UPS and Postal Service for the amount of stuff that they ended up ordering. That was pretty funny. I do not have Prime anymore, so I can't take advantage of any of the bargains. Typically, I haven't bought anything on Amazon Prime Day. I just don't feel like the deals are as good as they're making them out to be. Or maybe just the stuff I buy just isn't part of the deal. I do believe one year I did get a new Kindle on Prime Day. I think. I'm not sure. But I've bought, I think I'm on my second Kindle. And typically, it's not like I'm going to save up for a Kindle. No, my Kindle craps out and stops working and I buy a new Kindle. That's the way it works. So I don't, save up for it or wait for it. If my Kindle craps out, I got to go get a new Kindle. That's the way it works. Same thing with your iPad. Your iPad breaks. What do? You go out and you buy a new iPad. You don't wait for a sale. They know this. All right, I'm going to calm down. So this year they're having 2 Amazon Prime Days. So if you did not get your deals yesterday, you still have time. You still have time to go and shop your little hearts out. Ironically, I did order from Amazon on Sunday, and it doesn't matter because, like I said, I'm not a Prime member anymore. That will probably change at some point. I'm waiting for a deal. I don't want to pay $120 a year. I think that's too much. I think they're being greedy. See, it's not even about the cost of it to me. It's the fact that they went up $20 a year. So $20 times 200 million subscribers is $2 billion. Do they need an extra $2 billion? $2 billion. Come on. The rich get richer. Hey, I'm all for the rich getting richer. You work hard. You make the hard choices. You do the investments. You put up the capital. That's capitalism, and I am big time in favor of capitalism. But don't do it off the shoulders of the little guy. Come on. $20. $20 times 200 million. Yeah, that's crazy. So I'm doing my little boycott. Well, I'm not actually boycotting because I'm still ordering from them. I just have to wait longer for my free shipping, which is a bit annoying. And did you ever notice this too? They try to trick you with the free shipping. If you order over $25 worth of items, the shipping is free. But it doesn't automatically come up as free shipping. You have to go to the shipping options and change it to free shipping. Because if you don't, you're paying for shipping. Yeah. Sneaky Amazon. A little sneaky. What else? I'm positive I will be getting Amazon Prime by the time the 3rd season of The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel comes out. Because for somebody who started out saying they don't watch much television, I'm all talking about a lot of television today, aren't I? But The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, if you have not seen it, put it on your list. It is fantastic. Same creator from the Gilmore Girls. Huge Gilmore Girls fan. It's a lot of the same vein, the super fast talking and, lots of content. You will enjoy it. Trust me. What else did I want to talk about today? I think that is about it. I was picking up my phone yesterday. Every once in a while, some things just pop up. And, this is one of those things where I don't even know how to find it. But a friend of mine, Mandy, had shown me, I'm going to go with shown, I'm not sure if that's right, how to put the whole Eagles schedule into my phone, onto my calendar. And I do see it when I come across it accidentally, but I'm not really sure. I just don't know all the things on my phone. This is why I still write on a book calendar. Excuse me, because I still just don't know how to work all this stuff. I know it's terrible. I really should know how to look up my own calendar. The calendar that I look up does not have it. So I'm looking up the wrong calendar, I guess. But anyway, my point was, I've rambled a little. I believe the first Eagles preseason game is August 8th. Not long, people. Not long at all. So for the topic today, I put up a post that I came across that says, if you could write a note to your younger self, what would you say in only 2 words? Most people followed the 2-word rule. Some people didn't. It's okay. We're going to let it slide. But we've got quite a bit of comments about what you would tell your younger self. Adele says, just breathe. Laura says, finish college. Megan says, work harder. I don't know. Megan works pretty hard, as do I. We work pretty hard. Lorraine admits straight up, mine's more than 2 words. She says, take a chance, talk to people. It can't hurt you. Teresa says, don't marry him. Diane says, you can. Gail says, be strong. Lisa says, be present. That's a good one. Melissa says, I'm sorry. Sounds like Melissa's thinking she's made some poor choices, but all you can do is make better choices from here on out. Tony says, make a change. Linda says, follow dreams. Connie says, party harder. All right. Dennis says, pay attention. Kathy says, listen more. Marianne says, follow heart. Michelle says, don't ever let someone tell you you are not good enough. Karen says, don't fear. Veronica, be true to yourself. Joe says, don't smoke. Here's the thing about the smoking. Everybody told us not to smoke. Everybody told us not to smoke. Did we listen? Of course not. Would we listen to our older selves when they said don't smoke? That's what I wonder. That's all I'm wondering. Marcy says law school. Very lofty goal. Nancy says choose wisely. Sandy says be prepared. Anastasia says you can. Pumping yourself up a little bit. Jim says pick smarter. Mina says move sooner. Maureen says enjoy life. Katie says slow down. Good one. I like that. Slow down. Stop to smell the roses. John said run now. Then he thought better of it and said they lied. And Joe says dream on. Now I can't get the Aerosmith song out of my head. Dream on, dream on. Yeah, that was bad. Even in my headphones, it sounded bad, so I apologize for that. Oh, my goodness. So a couple of things that you would do or tell your younger self. Now, what would I tell my younger self? I put some thought into this. Doesn't seem like I put any thought into it. Does it? Because now it's just kind of left my brain. I know I did think about it, and I chose a couple of things, but they're not coming to me right now. I'm having horrible, elusive thoughts. I think of something, and 2 minutes later, completely gone, as if I'd never thought of it even to begin with. But I think mostly it's probably just to believe more. Believe in myself more. I didn't have a lot of confidence growing up. I think I bullshitted my way through it a lot. A lot of people wouldn't think that. They thought that I came across as confident and sure of myself, but I was the exact opposite. So maybe, love yourself more, give yourself more credit, that type of thing. I wish I would have figured that out a little bit earlier, but hindsight is 20/20. We all have our path that we are taking, and we're all going to get there in due time. So today's blog post kind of along the same lines. This week